Welcome to what's a presentation about egg analogues, and more specifically about vegan omelette. Chicken eggs are used in cooking and baking. Eggs give sponginess. They act as a bonding and filling agent and give color. Eggs can be fried or boiled as a quick snack. They are filling due to high protein and fat content. Boiled egg contains 61% fat and 38% protein. In the food industry, the eggs are used, for example, as a ready-made egg mass or as separated egg white and yolk masses. Eggs can also be dried and used as powder in food products. In restaurants and catering, an industrially prepared ready-for-use long egg is used alongside with egg mass. It is to be noted that people who are vegans avoid all animal-based products. The prevalence of egg allergy in young children varies from 0.8% to 2.18% in Europe. Symptoms of allergy include rash, vomiting, hives, shortness of breath, and at first anaphylactic shock. In most cases, the allergy disappears by school age. Treatment of egg allergy usually involves avoiding the egg and gradually bringing it back into the diet. Egg alternatives are needed when avoiding egg due to allergy. Changes in temperature have a negative effect on the shelf life of eggs. The recommended storage temperature for eggs is around plus 15 Celsius. Foods can be contaminated by bacteria of animal origin. Salmonella is commonly causing food poisoning worldwide. There are over 2,000 known types of Salmonella bacteria, in which Salmonella typhi and Salmonella paratyphi cause typhoid and paratyphoid fever. Other Salmonella strains cause salmonellosis. The symptoms of salmonellosis are diarrhea and fever. In EU, Salmonella has been found in several countries. For example, 2017 in Denmark, Salmonella was found in 2.05% of the broiler flocks before slaughtering. In Finland, Salmonella cases are low because of Finland's national Salmonella control program, which covers poultry, pig and cattle farming, and production of meat and eggs. Eggs are a good source of protein, but there has been a lot of argue about cholesterol in eggs. A medium-sized egg yolk contains 250 milligrams cholesterol. According to Finnish recommendations, family members with a tendency to high cholesterol are recommended to consume maximum 3 to 4 yolks a week. There is some research made concerning egg analogues, but the research is rather specific. Unfortunately, a general overview of egg analogues used in cooking, baking, and especially in industrial scale is basically missing. In this and the next slides, we tell you about egg analogues in cooking and baking. Many of the raw material can be used also in industrial scale. The Kamamilan konditoria block, which is written in Finnish, has been used as a base to present egg analogues used in cooking and baking. There are various methods to replace eggs in cooking. Flours, starches, and rolled grain can be used to bind the ingredients together, and soy increases the coagulation. Thus, it is easy to replace eggs, for example, in pies and casseroles. Mashed banana and fruit purees, especially apple puree, can be used as an alternative to egg in baking. Purees give moist taste and firmness. Different flours can also be used to replace egg in baking and cooking. Chickpea flour or other legume flour, for example, soy flour, solidify products and are tasty. The pancake batter should be a bit thicker when eggs are replaced with flour. Vinegar and baking soda can be used together as a raising agent. Flax seeds and chia seeds make an egg-like mucus. The seeds can be pre-soaked in water or be added to dough or batter with other ingredients. Silken tofu and other soy products, such as soy yogurts and soy cream, have a property to coagulate and they give firmness but also fluffiness in foodstuffs. Silken tofu is a multifunctional ingredient in cooking and baking. Starch can be used to solidify the product. Some of the flour can be replaced by starch, or starch can be used to thicken plant-based yogurts. Peanut butter and other nut pasties improve the thickness and give taste. The gas bubbles in wishy water make the batter fluffy. When adding water with gas bubbles, mixing should be gentle. The batter should be fried or baked as soon as possible to gain the utmost of the bubbles. Pay attention to allergens. For example, soy and peanuts alongside with other nuts cause allergy. These ingredients must be properly marked. All the dishes in these pictures are vegan and thus prepared without eggs. In first column, from top to bottom, there are tofu steaks with vegan Greek salad. Potato starch has been used as a binding ingredient to ensure the texture of steaks. The picture in the middle shows breaded and spicy soy bites, which were boiled in strong vegetable broth. The extra liquid was squeezed out. The bites were rolled in oil and ready-made spice mix of cornflakes, corn flour, and spices. Bites were baked in the oven. The bottom picture shows asparagus with hollandaise sauce made from silken tofu. In second column, there are pre-cooked products from Finnish companies, for example, pea-paste meatballs with garlic potatoes and vegan Wiener Schnitzel with potato noodles. In the third column, there is a vegan pie with vegan cheese topping. Soy cream is used in the filling to bind the ingredients. In the salty spinach pancakes, rolled oats have been used to replace egg. In last picture in third column, there is vegan carrot as well as vegan chocolate blackcurrant cakes produced by a Finnish bakery. Baking powder and baking soda have been used in the cake sponges with vinegar as raising agent. In the fourth column, there is vegan meat loaf with grated raw potato as the binder, bread with smoked tofu as topping, and veganized version of the Finnish seasonal pastry Runeberg's tarts, containing apple puree. There are a lot of commercial egg substitutes on market. These products have their place. Some people find that they are as easy to use as an egg substitutes. As you can see from the table, most of them contain starches of corn, potato, or tapioca. Thickeners or stabilizers are also used. Some are based on legume flour, others on plant-based protein isolates. Consumers have started to pay more attention to long ingredient lists, and some find those unnatural and too processed. The process chart of preparing a vegan omelette is divided into two parts: preparation and calculations of raw materials. In the preparation, first all raw materials are weighed and aquafaba is foamed. Dry raw materials are added to the aquafaba foam, and after this the omelette is fried golden. Thereafter it is packed and stored. In the second part, the dry matter content of raw materials, especially in aquafaba, is analyzed and the amount of egg aroma is calculated. If some other liquid is used, its dry matter content has impact on the amount of other raw material. The omelette process began with a basic recipe for chickpea omelette, and the recipe was further developed. Chickpea flour and aquafaba are the main ingredients in this vegan omelette. Other ingredients used are xanthan, baking powder, potato and corn starches, corn flour, nutritional yeast, and salt. Vegan egg aroma was used to improve the flavor. Base recipe was created based few recipes found on internet. In the recipe, additional seasoning was excluded to create a good base for the development of the vegan omelette. This base recipe contained 40 grams of chickpea flour, 11.7 grams of potato starch, 3.1 grams of nutritional yeast, 2.8 grams of baking powder, 1 gram of salt, and 100 milliliters of liquid. Water, whiskey, soy, or oat drink has been tried. Chickpea flour, which is also known by names besan and gram flour, is made through grinding dried chickpeas. Chickpeas can also be roasted before grinding. It is neutral in taste, and other legumes can be used to prepare different legume flours. Chickpea flour is high in protein, 25%. Dried chickpeas contain 55% of available carbohydrate and 14% of fat. Chickpea flour can be used as a thickener in eggless baking. It is also possible to prepare gourmet tofu by using 1/3 chickpea flour, water, and preferred spices. This gourmet tofu is prepared by cooking all the ingredients to a thick mass and cooling the mass in a block. Aquafaba is a liquid formed when legumes are boiled. Aquafaba contains water, various proteins such as albumin, polysaccharides, sucrose, and other small molecules. Usually aquafaba is associated to chickpeas, but liquids from other legumes are also aquafaba. Chickpea aquafaba is the one usually used due to its neutral color and taste. Aquafaba from kidney beans is purple or pink, which might be desired in some products. Unfortunately, aquafaba is often thrown away. It would be useful to use this food side stream in the industry. Aquafaba is easily foamed and emulsified. Together with flours, it gives fluffiness to the batter. Aquafaba can be used with sugar to make egg-free vegan meringue. Aquafaba can also be used in emulsions like mayonnaise. In this chickpea omelette, a commercial aquafaba product was used. The product did not have as beany taste as aquafaba from canned chickpeas or chickpea boiling water. Through experiments, it was noticed that foaming the aquafaba and then adding the dry ingredients gave a desired fluffy and moist result in the texture. In developing chickpea omelette, dry matter content was analyzed in various liquids to investigate how it would affect to the amount of chickpea flour used. Various aquafaba dissolves and foams differently. One possibility is to calculate the foaming capacity and foaming stability of the aquafaba. The foaming stability of aquafaba is measured at 0 and 30 minutes. In this picture, there is microscopic image of liquid aquafaba. As you can see, it's transparent and has some particles in it. In the last picture, we have foamed aquafaba. Legumes boiled in water form aquafaba. This water is called aquafaba. In home kitchen, the commonly used aquafaba comes from canned chickpeas. It is also possible to use aquafaba from home-boiled chickpeas. Characteristics of aquafaba are foaming and emulsification. Aquafaba could be used to replace some characteristics of eggs in food industry. Do-it-yourself aquafaba was also made in this development. Dried chickpeas were soaked overnight. After draining and rinse, swollen chickpeas were cooked with new water with ratio 1:2 in pressure cooker. The formed aquafaba was cooled and chickpeas were used to prepare hummus. In the developed chickpea omelette, a commercial aquafaba product was used. The product did not have as beany taste as aquafaba from canned chickpeas or chickpea boiling water. It was noticed that foaming aquafaba and thereafter adding the dry ingredients gave a desired fluffy and moist texture. Nutritional yeast is versatile and is commonly used by vegans and some vegetarians in salads, on bread instead of cheese, or sprinkled on top of the soup. Nutritional yeast gives a nutty, cheesy flavor. It has an umami flavor. When combined with plant-based cream, it forms cheese-like sauce when heated. Nutritional yeast was used in chickpea omelette to deepen taste and to give umami flavor. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is the strain used to produce nutritional yeast. It is the same yeast which is used in baking and brewing. The difference is that the nutritional yeast is inactivated during the manufacturing process, thus it can be consumed as food. In processing, S. cerevisiae is grown in molasses in fermentation tanks. Both temperature and pH are monitored carefully during the growing phase. After culturing in tanks, the yeast and its byproducts are separated by centrifuge. After separation, nutritional yeast is pasteurized, which also inactivates the yeast. Due to inactivation, nutritional yeast cannot be used in baking or brewing. After pasteurizing, the nutritional yeast can be fortified and the fortified nutritional yeast is dried into flakes. Egg aroma was used in this development. The goal was to deepen the flavor, not necessarily to have a strong egg-like flavor. Black rock salt has an egg-like flavor due to sulfur compounds. It would also be possible to use black rock salt, known as kala namak, instead of egg aroma. Other ingredients in the aroma were potato and maize maltodextrin, stabilizer, anti-caking agent, sugar, and vegetable oils. Using aroma is easier to measure the right amount of aroma, because plain kana namak might vary in taste and amount of sulfur compounds. It is necessary to ensure the origins of all ingredients when developing a vegan product. The aroma contained maize that can be allergenic. The manufacturer needs to have the information on ingredients and amounts used easily available if consumers ask for it. The aroma used was vegan, halal, and gluten-free. In the batter, there is a strong interaction between the starch and the water molecules. Selection of starch or starch combination affects product quality. Potato starch has the highest swelling capacity combined with a low gelatinization temperature, and maize starches is used to increase opacity and change mouthfeel. Cooking temperature produces an irreversible change in the structure of the swelled starch granule. Eventually, the granule ruptures and starch polymers are dispersed in solution, producing a viscous colloidal state, which is called gelatinization. The starch gelatinization is critical to building structure and texture in gluten-free products. The texture of the developed omelette containing xanthan is pleasant and soft. Xanthan gum is an extracellular polysaccharide secreted by the microorganism Xanthomonas campestris. Commercially, it is manufactured through fermentation. Xanthan gum is soluble in cold water, and solutions exhibit highly pseudoplastic flow. In solution, xanthan molecules form intermolecular aggregates through hydrogen bonding and polymer entanglements. This network increases the viscosity in the batter. In this slide, there are some assignments on ingredients for students. Additionally, there are some future themes to discuss. Here you can find the references. And thank you for listening to the presentation.